Oh, hi. Oh, honey, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I am. Okay, so you're not Cassandra.
No, I'm her son.
Oh, okay. So this reading is for you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me change the name again. What's your name? How do you spell it?
Cayson.
Okay. S-O-N. Kaysen. Oh, your name is Kaysen. Hi, Kaysen. Let me change it.
Hello.
Okay. Well, you're under 18, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay. Is mom or dad around?
my mom is, yeah.
Okay, I do need to talk to her first.
Hello,
Hi, are you Cassandra?
I am.
Hi, Cassandra. I'm Missy. Nice to meet you. I want to tell you, just because you're the adult here, that this is being recorded, and I
Mhm.
do use the recordings for social media. So I do want to tell you that. So I'm not going to put out anything that's going to be like personal or anything that's, it's not like that. It's more positive, loving things. But I just need your permission to do the reading with him if he wants to do it by himself, just so I have your permission to do the reading with him.
Yes, of course. Yep, this is
Okay.
completely fine, whatever he's comfortable with, and I'm just right
Okay.
in the next room if you guys need me for anything.
Perfect. Yep. No, we'll be good. Yeah, I get kids all the time. I just was not expecting. I guess I wasn't expecting it on video. I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay, so we're good. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. All
Yep, you're welcome. All right, let me know if you need
right.
anything.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Kaysen. Okay. So, all right. All right. So, do you know what I do for a
Yeah,
living?
yeah,
So I'm a psychic medium, I'm a spiritual mentor, and I help people like through connect to their loved ones in spirit. And the way I'm able to do that is they basically talk to me in signs and symbols. So like I'll see images in my mind based on like an experience I had. You're very, very young. So spirit likes to talk to us in a fifth grade language because it helps us to interpret messages. Okay. So very first thing I want to say to you is like if I were to say, okay, spirit is coming in, there's a male energy coming in who usually comes in on my left. So I know that there's a male in spirit for you. Do you understand this? Yes or no?
yes,
Don't tell me anything else. Perfect. He feels like a father energy to me, or very like masculine, dominant energy in your life. And he's like, I love you. I love you. Don't you ever forget it. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You should be so proud of yourself. Don't give up on anything that you start. You got to finish what you're starting. So if this is sports or band or school, whatever it is, do not give up. Do you understand that message?
yes,
Okay. Now I'm going to give you an example of something. He's showing me like a hamburger. And to me, hamburgers represent soul food. Maybe he liked a barbecue. Maybe that there's a lot of layers to his departure. Do you understand where this is very sudden or unexpected?
yeah,
Okay. Is this dad for you in spirit?
yes.
Okay. What's dad's name?
Adam.
Adam? Okay. Perfect. So what I did is I just drew his name down. Okay. Um, I almost get the sense that it's not been that long since his departure. Maybe the living people feel that way. So I don't know if it's been like a year or less, but it feels very recent. Does this connect?
Um, yeah, on the 26th it'll be a year.
That's only in like that's next week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Why does your dad come through in the sense I feel like you're pretty mature. You're like my son, very, very mature for his age. But I feel like I have to acknowledge like a birthday, like happy birthday. Like I'm supposed to say happy birthday. I don't know where this is coming in.
It was his birthday 2 days ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, beautiful. And then why does he's showing me a pill bottle. This is a represent, he's also showing me an alcohol bottle. When spirit shows this to me, it means that there's an affliction. It means that there was something that he was dealing with that he did not successfully heal from. Part of this caused his departure, whether directly or indirectly, he's taking responsibility for this. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. He is exactly he's like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. My son needs to know I'm in heaven. And I know that you're like looking for like a vision of him and you haven't had it, right?
Yeah.
He said, "You're not going to get it anytime soon." The reason is because you're supposed to think of the way he lived his life in your memory. And then when you least expect it, the way you're going to see the signs from him are not going to be in a vision, in a dream. It'll be more of someone might say his name. You might go somewhere and it's his favorite, baseball team or football team or whatever it is. I feel like he speaks to you through numbers. And again, spirit will use a fifth grade language to talk to us because it's how we learned to communicate back in grade school, right? So he's talking to you through a lot of numbers. So if you're seeing a lot of numbers, if for an example, 1111, if you're thinking about him, you're doing something awesome and you get that number, that means that dad's there for you. Okay? How does that connect?
I'm not sure.
Look for the numbers. You're so young. You're so, so young. And I just have to tell you, look for the numbers that he will send to you. Okay. Also, there's a grandfather energy in spirit as well. So this might be more towards your mom's energy just because she's here. But I have to acknowledge that you have an ancestral grandfather who's very strong. And I honestly think you're very good at helping people. You would be a fantastic either cop or like, what do they call the firemen? Firemen. I think you'd be very good at helping community because your dad says that that's something that you're naturally good at. Not necessarily people pleasing, but you're very good at helping other people. You understand this?
Mhm.
What do you do to help people?
I just try the best I can to, like, if someone's struggling with something, or if someone is like having a bad day, try to figure out what's going on to help them, because I don't want them to like feel bad, because I mean it's just not, I just want to help people be better than what they are.
Yeah, you're going to live a really, really long. You can ask any questions that you like, so go right ahead.
Um
Is there a piece of wood that you have with your dad's like name on it or an engraving? Is there something like with a piece of wood that you have that was your dad's?
piece of wood. Um I mean, I'm not sure, but he did a lot of, other than his main job, he liked to build things, and
Ah, okay.
he built our kitchen table. I don't know if that
Okay.
could mean anything.
So he's very crafty and creative. I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like when you guys sit at the table, this is a wooden table, right? So it's something that you have. And so in my mind, I just saw this piece of wood with his name on it. And it's like, okay, now that I saw that, I'm going to interpret that as anytime you guys sit at the table together or you talk about him at the table, he's going to be there. Okay. I do feel like his death was unexpected
Yeah.
and a little bit tragically chaotic. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It feels like he was here one moment and gone the next, but his angels came and got him right away. And he also had a male spirit bring him to the other side. So I want you to know your dad's not alone in spirit, okay?
Okay.
And he wanted you to know that his death wasn't painful. It was more painful for the living people. And I don't know if people had to work on him, if there was like EMTs that had to work on him, but he goes, I could watch people trying to help me and it wasn't going to work.
Hmm.
Does any of that make sense?
I mean, not really, because when he died, it was just like, it was a very quick death, and I don't, that I know of. I
Mhm.
know EMTs were like working on him. He was just found
His,
a couple hours later.
his soul was watching all of the chaos around his departure happen. And because of that, he's really trying to get you to understand that he found peace with his departure and he wants you to have clarity on this, that he never meant to leave you. I would just advise you, if you're talking to him and when you're talking to him, to let him know that you're going to be okay, because he sticks around because he wants you. You do not have to be the father. Okay, I get it. You do not have to be the father figure to your brother. You get it? Are you the older one?
Yes, I'm the older one.
Okay, so that would be like he's the one and only. He's going to be like the father energy. Just know you don't have to father your brother, okay? And
Okay.
your brother and you might not get along all the time, but you'll be good pals when you're older. You look a lot like your dad though, like a lot like your dad. For
Really?
real. Your dad has a stronger chin though.
Um, I hear from everybody that I look more like my mom, and my brother
Mm,
looks like my dad.
I think you look more like your dad. I think you definitely have his spirit for sure. He seems like he is, and other people might tell you different, but I can see through the soul. And I can tell you that you're a good kid. I can also tell you that when our loved ones pass, and I've had parents pass, it almost feels that a piece of us is kind of taken away with them. But really, what's happening is they left us with a piece of them, which is their memory. Because the soul is the eternal essence of our existence, okay? Our humanness, right? Our beingness. Our spirit is our humanness, the way we're able to connect with people, the way we dressed, the way we spoke to people, what we ate, and all the things. And I feel like you're very much like your dad in that way.
Mm.
Okay. And I think that he was a kind of person that loved to have a good time and loved to have fun.
So
And
sorry.
he wants you to have fun. Oh, no, you're fine. He wants you to have a good time and he wants you to be able to embrace life and live. It's going to be amazing. I have to talk about, do you have your dad's like shirt or hoodie or jacket or something? I have to acknowledge this.
We have a lot of his clothing, his old clothing.
Are you able to wear it? Because you're welcome to wear it. He said to have a grab, whatever you want. It's yours for the taking. He's funny though. He's quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does talk about your mom that he didn't do her right. So you understand where your dad might have made mistakes with your mom,
Yes.
and you understand that your dad's taking responsibility for that.
Yes.
And you do understand, I think you're old enough to understand that sometimes adults do things out of anger, and because they're hurt, they tend to lash out to other people that love them.
Hmm.
He says you got to make him a promise to take care of your mom. She deserves all the love in the world, and you are supposed to accept anyone she brings in. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. She's got a lot of fun things happening for her in her life, and your dad is there to give her the blessing, even though she doesn't need it. But he's kind of referencing that you and your brother give her the blessing. She's allowed to be happy. And there are days when you're angry and pissed off. He says, let mom know. Let her be your best friend. Tell her everything. She will always be there for you. You get it?
Yes. All right. I do have a question. Could you ask him if he was at the funeral and what was he like thinking?
Oh, he was definitely at the funeral. You know what he just told me? He goes, Missy, look at all the people that were showing up for me. Holy cow. Isn't
Yeah,
that cool? He also loved the music that was played because it wasn't like normal funeral music. It was like, I feel like I got to talk about more happy music.
yeah, there was a lot of people at that funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how much was on like the signing sheet and stuff, but there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Yeah. I will tell you this. Your dad talked about how good he looked. He was a very good looking person. That's what he tells me. I'm only going to believe what he tells me, right? But he said he was very funny in life, and you are very funny naturally. So you and your brother can use humor to kind of deal with your grief. In my book, I talk about how grief is like laundry. Sometimes it's neat and clean and put away, and we don't have to deal with it. And other times it's like this dirty pile of crap that if we don't deal with it, we can't get dressed and move on with our day, right? And I
Mhm.
feel like your dad wants you to use humor to be able to continue healing through your grief. There are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, there are going to be days that you don't think about your dad at all, and he's like, that's okay. Live your life. There are going to be more days as you get older that you don't always think about your dad every single day. But trust me, he's there with you, guiding you. And he does say no ears piercing, no ear piercings.
I was thinking about it.
No, he says no. Sorry,
It's all
is
right.
what it is. But he was there. I know you felt him.
Yeah, they did touch him up real good at his funeral,
Mm-hmm.
like you said. Trying to think
Do
if
you
there's.
know how death works? Are you familiar with when the body stops working, it's not meant to last forever. When the body stops working, you know how babies, when people get pregnant, it takes like 9 months for them to have the baby. So before someone dies, whether it's accidental or a long-term type of disease or struggle, it takes about 9 to 10 months for Archangel Azrael and Archangel Michael and Gabriel to work with that soul before they die. Okay, so when the human body stops working, the soul is removed and taken up to heaven, where then we do a life review and we can learn all the little ways that we affected people or impacted people in a negative way, but also in a beautiful and positive way. Your dad had a more beautiful impact on people. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't always make the right choices, but we're human. We're supposed to make choices like that aren't exactly the best because we learn from those experiences, right? And he talks about love a lot, how your mom loved him. And I know she's just in the other room, but boy, he really found a best friend in her. And he just wants you to know that she's sensitive and she too is human. She's never done life before, especially with you. So go easy on her a little bit, but also be accountable as the man that you're going to be. She's not raising a child.
Mhm.
She's raising you to be a very good person. And I think she's doing a phenomenal job. There's a lot of praise on the other side for her doing that, just from your dad and her loved ones. Okay.
Mhm.
So sometimes when mom's a little grouchy or sassy or what have you, just be like, Mom, let me give you a hug, and give her a really good hug, because your dad didn't always do that. You
Mhm.
might not know that, but I do. He wasn't always the most affectionate kind of person, but he wants you to be affectionate. It's one of the lessons that he learned, to hug people and hold them and hold their hand, and be there for them. It's going to help you feel better too. Is there anything you'd like to know about your dad or
Um,
spirit, like all of this?
no, I just want to like hear more like what he's telling you to tell to me.
Well, I mean, a lot of that I can talk forever, but a conversation goes two ways, right?
Mhm.
I know that he's around you, even though you don't see him with your fleshy eye. But let's say you're having a conversation with someone who, let's say you connect with somebody you have a crush on and their dad also passed away. There's a reason you were brought together. There's
Mm.
a commonality there that helps the soul to heal. Okay. So things like that will happen in your life, and you're going to befriend people that are very similar to your dad, but in a beautiful way. And he wants you to know that he's designing that for you so you can have something to give back. And one day when you have your own son, he'll be very much like your dad. You'll see, but the eye color will be different,
Mm.
which I know it's too soon for that. But I
Yeah.
do know that right now he's all about, he's like being your best cheerleader right now. He's like, he's got to do this, he's got to do that, and we got to get that C up to an A. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He knows, he sees what's going on.
Who like what's heaven like? Is that something that
Beautiful.
I ask?
It's beautiful. Heaven is like the warmest version of your happiest day, filled with all the people that you love, all the pets that you've lost, and all of your favorite memories all in one. And there's this sense that you can float kind of like no gravity because you don't have a physical body to hold you down and keep you dense. And it's almost like this, and I've died. I died on the surgery table once and I got to see a version of it. But what's most magnificent about it, Kason, is that your dad found Jesus and Jesus held him in his hand. And if I could just describe this to you, because your dad didn't really know what he believed in, but he's telling you that Jesus is real. Because let's say your dad is the size of my pinky finger. Jesus is the size of my office. And Jesus held your dad in his hands and told him he was deserving and forgiven. So please know that even our ethereal beings love us and protect us and guide us even beyond death. But to know that your dad made it to heaven, he's there. I
Yeah.
hope that makes you feel a little bit better.
Hmm.
That I can't describe to you heaven in human words.
Yeah.
I can only describe it to you in the reference that I've been given from spirit. But your dad says it's the happiest place not on earth.
Because I remember he didn't know what to believe in. He didn't know, like, he didn't have like definite faith in God and Catholicism, Christianity. He didn't
Mhm.
have definite faith. He went to a private school that taught that, but he didn't know for sure.
Well, I can tell you he does now. I feel like if I can give you any advice, is to get a Bible that you can understand and find your relationship with God, because God didn't do this to your dad. God held your dad accountable in all the things that he did, but he also forgave and loved him and still does. And so I hope that that gives you some peace that your dad, he he maybe not always fulfilled a promise, but his vow was always to protect you. And even in death, he will continue to do that. And just know that if he can show and prove to you that love is real beyond the physical world, then that just tells you that you can't see love, you can't taste it, you can't touch it. You can only sense it. You can see behaviors of love, but just know that he pushes you to believe in something. And even though you're questioning your faith right now, I hope that I helped you understand that there is something far more beautiful than what we have in the physical world, in this material physical world. Okay?
Hmm.